Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm Sophia Peter.
And I'm the Halal VJ.
This is the Countdown Show.
So have you ever had a problem and you're looking for a way to solve it? Or you're faced by a challenge and you don't know how to go about it? Yeah, there is an Islamic way to go about all things. So join us as the Imam takes us through the power of istikhara.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Summa wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Alhamdulillah, today we want to look at the power of istikhara. As Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not leave us unguided. سَيَهْدِيهِمْ وَيُصْلِحُ بَالَهُمْ. Allah is the one that usually guides us and will direct us to the right path. Istikhara, by definition, is seeking Allah's guidance for a decision you want to take, or seeking Allah's counsel for the path you intend to take. Man usually by nature will have between 2 or 3 decisions to take in his life. I want to get married to a brother. I'd like to get married to a lady. You have to choose between 2 or 3. You have even met the brother in question. You want to choose, is this person will be good for me in my life, in my deen, وَآكِبَةُ فِي أَمْرِ, and in my hereafter, what this decision I'm taking will be right for me. You want to choose a career path in your life. You want to be sure that what exactly you're choosing as a career path will be the one that will direct you towards the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jalla. You are thinking of changing your job. You are also thinking, should I move, should I not move? Or whatever decision. According to the hadith of Jabir ibn Abdullah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he said the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to teach them dua istikhara the way he used to teach them the surah of the Quran al-Kareem. As a matter of fact, the Sahaba used to say that to the extent that if their shoe had a cut and they want to mend it, they will do istikhara to decide whether should I mend that shoe or I should not. To show to you the extent and the power of istikhara in the life of a Muslim. A Muslim should direct his counsel to Allah. A Muslim should direct his decision that he wants to take to Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide that decision. It is not in Islamic parlance. It is out of the context of Islam. For a Muslim to choose to go to soothsayer or to go to fortune teller to ask them, should this be what I should do in my life? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala detests this. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us that those who decided to choose this path, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not accept their dua, their salah for 40 days, and they must also observe this salah. You decided to leave that salah for 40 days, the day you start observing it, the counting will start from there until 40 days, because it is a shirku billah. You are associating partner with Allah Azza wa Jalla. Our brothers and sisters in Islam, dua istikhara, it's the defining point in the life of a Muslim. You have to learn this dua. And to that extent, the dua, you can see it in the books of Sharia. You can go as little as Usnul Muslim, you will see the dua there. And you can check books of Imam Askar, Imam An-Nawawi, you will see there. And other books of fiqh, you will see the full compilation of the dua. What is the dua talking about? Says Allahumma inni asta'iruka, oh Allah, I seek your counsel, bi'ilmika, because of your knowledge, your power, supersede every other thing. You know what I did not know. You are the one who know what is right for me. When I do not even know what to do, you can direct me. Oh Allah, in this decision I want to take, I want you to choose for me what will be good for me in my deen, in my life, and what will be after thereof after. That is for akibatu amri, and in my hereafter. And such decision, if it's going to be good for me, oh Allah, make it easy for me. And if the decision I'm going to take is not going to be good for me, oh Allah, do the best for me. A Muslim does not say, if it's not going to be good for me, please don't do it for me. Tell Allah, if this decision is not going to be good for me, oh Allah, do the best out of for me. This is the direction of the early Muslims. This is what the Prophet taught the early companions. brothers and sisters in faith, distinguished listeners, for you to get your decision taking in the right course at this period of Allah subhanahu, in this period, the month of Ramadan, you need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you guidance in your decision by doing dua istikhara. How do you do it? Just 2 rakah nafila. 2 rakah nafila. In the first rakah, you read Suratul Fatiha wa Suratul Kafirun. In the second rakah, Suratul Fatiha wa Suratul Ikhlas. And in your last sujood, you read the dua of istikhara. Refer to the books I've quoted earlier, and now towards the end of that dua, you will now mention the particular decision you want to make. Oh Allah, I intend to marry brother XYZ. Is that brother going to be good for me in my life? Oh Allah, I want to change my job from company X to company Y. Oh Allah, do the best for me in this regard. And if it's not going to be good for me, oh Allah, direct me to what will be good. And Allah will show you a direction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised us guidance if only you follow the path of Allah. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us take this we have said to be a wujah for us and not against us, and for us to take a heed from it. Dua istikhara is very powerful. Don't neglect it. Don't do any other thing that will be a sort of kufr or a sort of shirk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So we're back, and that was a very enlightening session from the Imam. And I just want to ask you, Habibi.
No, I think I want to ask you first. So
Okay.
have you ever actually done istikhara before?
All right, yes, I have. It was when I was about to take a job. I once had a job that, there's some things you get in life that take you away from your deen. That reduce your level, your iman, blessing, but it's not exactly a blessing. So I was going to take a job, and I decided to do the istikhara because I wanted to be sure that I'm supposed to take that job, and that job can actually age my iman and all of the things that I wanted to achieve personally. I've done it before. It was good. Alhamdulillah. Yes, it was very good.
So I don't think we need istikhara to know what we're doing next. We're going straight to the kitchen with Jamila's Diaries.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm sure by now we must be getting used to the different eating and sleeping patterns of Ramadan. It's a completely different ball game at this point in time on the Islamic calendar. I remember as a child there were times when I did iftar and I slept on the same spot only to wake up in the morning. Now you don't want that to happen to you. You have to be very careful what you eat during Ramadan, both for iftar and for suhoor. And that's why I'm here to share these healthy recipes with you to keep us filled all through the months of Ramadan. I'm Jamila. Welcome to Jamila's Diary.
So today I'll be making waina, the mir toshe. Now mir toshe is a big deal in northern Nigeria, and the main ingredients are pumpkins. Now pumpkins are good for your skin, great
For your complexion and good for your eyes. I'm sure you'll be adding more pumpkins to your soup now. Okay, so what I'll need some rice which has been soaked in water. I have about a cup in the pot boiling here. So the next thing is these are my pumpkins already, some yeast, some onions, tomato, pepper blended. I have some spinach, tentakwashi, these are brisket bones. We always add them to our soups, and people wonder, why do you eat bones? But they've got so much flavor, and they infuse that flavor in your soup. So I've got some ram meat here. We use a lot of ram over in the north. And then some vegetable oil, baking powder for my waina, and some sugar also for my waina. Oh, I forgot this, the dawa, or your dawa locust beans. These are dried ones. So let's get to it. So as my waina paste is rising, I'll go ahead and make my mir toshe. So I'm going to start first by cooking my meat and my tentakwashi. So I'll add my ram meat and my tantakwashi, my biscuit bones. I'll add some water. Okay. Ram meat doesn't take time to cook, so real quick. Okay. So I'll add my Maggi cubes. So I'll just crumble this in. So I'll leave this to cook. So I'll add some onions now, just a little bit, and I'll leave the rest for later. Once this is cooked, I'll add my pumpkins, and so they cook together. This smells so good. My ram meat is cooked. I'm just going to add my pumpkins now. So let this cook for a while. And then the pumpkins just absorb the flavor of the beef. So every bite you get of the myrtoshi is just delicious. Okay. So my beef and pumpkins are cooked through already. So I'm just going to fry my tomato and pepper. So my oil is heated through. So I'm going to start with the onion. I love the sizzle. So I'll add my blended tomato and pepper. So we're going to let this cook until it thickens. So I'll add my daddawa. It's my locust beans or my dawa. And then, star of the day, my Maggi cubes. Just crumble that in. I'll give it a stir. Okay. So I'm going to boil this uncovered. So my tomato sauce is thick enough. Now I'm just going to add my pumpkin and beef. So I'm just going to put everything in. Oh, this looks beautiful already. So I'm going to put the lid on and let this thicken. So as my myrtoshi is getting cooked, I'm going to go ahead and make my waina. So you can see my waina is nicely risen. This is perfect. I'm just going to add a teaspoon of baking powder, some onions, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. A teaspoon of baking powder. So that's fine. So I'm going to mix this all so it gets incorporated. So I'm heating up my tanda, and this is the local pan on which you make your waina. So you want to have this thoroughly mixed. So I'll add some vegetable oil in each round hole. So I'm going to scoop this now in my tanda. So you don't want to fill it up. Okay. This looks really pretty already. And I'm just going to add the veggies to my myrtoshi. You can see how lovely this soup looks. I'll just leave this for about a minute. Let me get to my waina. So my waina is cooked. I'm going to turn this off and it's ready to plate. My Wena the Mere Toshe is ready. I bet you it tastes as delicious as it looks. I wish I could give you some, but no, I'm gonna have this with my family. So you better try this at home. Jazakallah khair for watching. Don't forget to join me in another episode tomorrow of Jamila's Diary. Follow us on our social media pages at Maggie_Nigeria on Instagram and at Maggie Nigeria on Facebook. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome back, guys. So we have a guest in the house, Hassan Nuruddin, aka Alaji Burger. Say hello.
Hello, guys.
All right. So this time we'll be talking about entrepreneurship.
Yeah, and the theme is breaking ground as a Muslim entrepreneur. So, using Gidi Burger as a case study, we'd like to first know how you ventured into entrepreneurship.
Okay, I started Gidi Burger February 2018 with a friend of mine. When I started Gidi Burger, actually, it was inspired through a trip. I like traveling a lot, so I went to Zaria Kaduna in 2017, December 2017, and I took a burger in Zaria, and I loved that burger so much that I was like, okay, we could replicate this in Lagos. But I never knew that would actually come into reality then, because at that time I was interning at Sterling Bank PLC in Nigeria at the head office. Then after I left Sterling Bank, I was like, okay, what next before NYSC? Then I started Gidi Burger. February 17 to be precise. Yeah, and that day I sold 12 burgers.
Ooh,
Cool.
Yeah,
Where exactly?
At an ISEC event in University of Lagos.
Lagos, okay.
As of now, we've sold 860 something burgers.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
nearly the
cool.
1,000 mark.
Yeah.
I've not tasted one yet, too. No?
Anyway, you have
No
one here,
problem.
so.
All right, so Alaji Burger, tell us what inspired the name Gidi Burger.
Okay, Alhaji Burger. A lot of people like calling me different names. You know, when you sell burgers, like Burger Boy, Burger King, Burger this, Burger
Yeah.
that, Burger Man. I was like, why instead of calling me Burger this, Burger that, just call me Alhaji Burger. And because as at that time, my mom actually told me I was going to go on Umrah around in April 2018. That was last month,
Recently.
I
Okay,
guess last month.
yeah.
Last
No,
month.
we saw the picture.
And I was like, okay, it would make more sense. Although going on Umrah doesn't make you an Al-Hajj, but it's a lesser Hajj in its own way. Why don't you just coin Al-Hajj and Burger? It makes more sense that way.
Nice.
So what led to Gidi itself? Gidi Burger.
Okay, so when we started Gidi Burger, we started with El Burger, which means the burger. The L means Mexican name. It's a Mexican name.
Okay.
And when we Googled about El Burger, it's a name of a burger company in Australia. So
Already existing.
it's already existing.
Oh.
So we don't want to look like a franchise company already.
Alright.
Then we had to come up with a new name.
Okay.
Then we came up with different names. Gidi Burger. Then like Gidi from Las Gidi. We started from Lagos. It makes no sense. And I asked 10 of my friends that how do you think about this name Gidi Burger, and like they liked this.
It's actually cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah, but he didn't ask me too.
I think it's cool.
No, offense.
No.
All right, so where do you see Gidi Burger getting to in the next few years?
Okay, so for Gidi Burger, the initial plan was to sell burgers in a food truck. So when we look at, like I said, I'm still awaiting NYSC, so I don't really have one bulk of money somewhere. Like,
Okay.
the check of money somewhere. So it was like, instead of we waiting till we get that money to get a food truck, why don't you start from somewhere first? Start from events. Then we started from events, we moved to weekly deliveries. We've not perfected weekly deliveries yet.
Okay.
Then very soon we'll start it. We'll have a spot, then we get a food truck. But in the next 5 years, I hope we have trucks, like close to 10 trucks across the whole Ibile zone.
Nice.
So that's what
Mashallah, that would be beautiful. Okay, burger everywhere.
Burger everywhere, yeah, very everywhere.
All right, so Yeah.
Going into an industry that you're not too familiar with and being a student, not having the experience, what would you say were the challenges you faced? And for those that are watching, how do you advise them to overcome such?
So for me, when it comes to the challenges I faced, while I was in school, I studied electrical electronics engineering from the University of Lagos, and one of the things apart from school, I did ISEC, I did taekwondo, I did different things, and my day was always super packed. And the beautiful thing about it is, after I solve the problem, I'm always happy about it. Then going into the after school, working at Sterling was a routine, although it was a fantastic place because I actually learned a lot, but it was a routine stuff which I didn't really like.
I feel some people aren't just born for the whole go to work.
I currently intern, so I still do that. So
yeah, of course.
I have Gidi Burger giving me that spice to my day in the sense that there's a problem, I have to solve it.
Okay.
The customer is not liking the burger, a customer didn't get his burger on time, I have to provide a solution to it. So that's like a daily challenge. One, money when it comes to, because it's not just about making the burgers, you have to package the burgers, you have to pay people to do some stuff for you, the graphics you put online, the marketing, the
PR, then there's customer
PR and every other
So
thing.
there's the financial
The financial part gives me headache. So that part too, like you have to do the audits, weekly audits and every other thing. These are things that it gives me spice. It gives spice to my day actually, because after the normal internship I do, because I intern in a multinational, after that I have to go back to the Gidi Burger. So I end up maybe sleeping around 12 or something to catch up. So it's kind of challenging, but it's fine.
So for those that didn't pick that up, he started by finding a problem and creating solutions for that. Then planning financially. Then aside from that, he ensured that he is hardworking and dedicated to growing his business. Okay, I think that's the breakdown.
All right, so my final question for you would be, how do you make sure, that the ingredients of your, because a lot of people out there, a lot of Muslims out there will want to know, okay, is this safe for consumption? We won't bring it here if it wasn't. So I just want you to let people know how you sort your ingredients and all of that.
Halal.
So that question is very, very critical in the sense that a lot of people ask me, is a burger halal? And I'm like, yes, it's halal. But I must say this, that first, a lot of people don't know, there's an halal certifying agency called Halal Certification Authority, I think by TMC. But when you look at their page, they've only certified just 3 companies, Golden Penny and some other companies like that. Some are ongoing, but I think this is as a result of most of them don't know that there are allowed certifying agencies. So
I'm just finding
I
out.
think it's first thing first is an awareness that needs to be done by the allowed certifying authority that okay, you can certify your product whether it's halal or not. But apart from that, there are also some other chemicals and every other thing that whether it's halal or not. But when it comes to our own beef, when we started, we actually mince our beef ourselves. We source for the perishables directly from the market. We also source for the ketchup, the sauce, the buns.
Everything that goes
directly with the company we actually get this from. But these are things, but there is still there's a room for improvement when it comes to certifying the beef, in the sense that when it comes to making burgers, sometimes it's actually making the burgers, getting the beef directly from a company that does burgers in large quantities. But the certification part of it from the halal certifying agency is something that needs to be really worked on.
I hope that's gotten right over time. So, do you have anything to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, any final words?
Buy my burgers. That's very important.
So tell them about your Instagram.
For the social media platform at Gidi Burger on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also for now, we make deliveries just on Mondays and Fridays, but you can order on any day.
Okay, how is the order done?
So you can go to you can go to the site down below, where you can actually order the burgers and you get it delivered to you anywhere in Lagos.
Perfect. All right. Thank you very much, Alhaji Burger. That has been an amazing one. I hope to get more burgers over time from you. But don't worry, I'll pay.
No problem.
I promise. All right. So.
Remember, we've learned that you don't need to be great to start, but you need to start to be great. So on this note, we're encouraging everybody to try as much as possible to dig out your entrepreneurial abilities and let it bloom.
Create something.
Yes. And as Muslims, we must lead the way. So inshallah, this is where we're going to sign out.
You can follow us, HowTV Africa, on Instagram, Facebook, all our social media platforms. And also make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
You don't want to miss out on all that we have to give.
And we're leaving
Sign
you
out.
in the best of hands, the hands of the Creator, saying Assalamu
Alaikum
alaikum
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
رمضان 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 يا حبيب رمضان رمضان ليتك دوما قريب